Hola, hola, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Laura, and today I'll be giving you guys my 10 tips that I use when traveling solo. It's been helping me for the past year or two that I've been traveling by myself, and I follow these tips because it's been helping me, and I always go with it no matter what. So let's get to it. The first one is going to be flights. I always use, when it comes to flights, I mean, where do you buy your flights? Uh, and the days and so on. So I always get my flights in Orbitz or Hopper. I like Hopper because it tells me what month the flights get cheap, what month it gets expensive, and so on. And also, when it comes to the days, it tells you, well, this day the flight is gonna cost such and such, and this day the flights are gonna cost, so on and so on. So I always check, those two apps because those are the ones that I use. And then from there, I always check what month is good for me, how long I'm going to be, saving up to go to this trip, and for how many days or weeks I'm gonna be going for. So I always check on the weekday, and sometimes I check on the weekend, so like that I could see if the price changes or not. And if it stays the same, then I'll buy it, and if it goes down or goes up, from there I'll decide. But the first thing I do, I check what state I want to go or what country I want to go to. I always check the flights. I prefer to go super early because like that I have more time to, you know, do activities or do the things that I want to do while I'm in the States. So if I leave early and I get there early, better for me. So like that, the list that I want to do, the things that I want to do, I could start crossing it out early. I usually go for 2 to 3 days. That's just me, and it's been really good. It's, even though it's a short trip, I still, get to have fun and enjoy myself. So I always check, the flights, the prices if it fits my budget. I always check on the weekday and weekends. So probably check Monday or Tuesday, and also check like on a Sunday or Saturday, whichever you prefer. Number two is going to be the Airbnb or hotel. I prefer to do Airbnb just because I've been using it for the past few years, and I have good experience and not so good experience with Airbnb. But I always use Airbnb. And I this is what I do. Once I buy my flight, um, I check Airbnb right away. I see if they, what Airbnb fits me, which one catches my attention. Once I pick like four or five or six, I make a list and I save that list. So, for example, I want to go to New Orleans, and I put on Airbnb New Orleans. I put from what day to what day, and they gave me like a list of the places I could stay at. Um, from there, I pick like five or six places, make a list, save it, and then from there, I see, activities and so on, the things that I could do while I'm over there. Once I, done with the flights and everything, I wait a few weeks, and then from there I start checking the Airbnb again, and I start seeing which one fits me, which one I prefer, the area, the amenities, the things that I could use while I'm there. I check all that, and that's when I start crossing out, which one I'm not going to use, and I end up staying with two or three that catches my eye, and then from there I just choose one and I buy it. I feel like when it comes to the Airbnb, to me it's easier and a little bit more affordable than the hotels, but everyone is different. I do the hotels once in a blue, but I always prefer to do Airbnb. So yeah, I buy my flight. Once I'm done buying my flight, I check right away, the Airbnb. I make a list. I wait a few days and I start seeing what Airbnb I prefer from the list that I chose. Number three is the packing. Um, First thing I'm going to say is this: when it comes to packing, especially if you're going for like 2 or 3 days, you know, pack light. Get a small luggage, a bag, and I feel like with those two things, you're good to go. So with my luggage, I always try to get like a small luggage. I pack the things that I know I'm going to need, and then from there I just put, you know, the things that I know if I don't have my bag on me, my luggage on me, it's in my bag. So I feel like I'll be a little bit good and safer. What I mean, I put a few things in my bag, like for example my toothbrush, you know, maybe soap for the hands because some places don't have soap, my phone, and my camera is in my bag, like things that I know I'm going to be using. An extra shirt. And for the ladies, you know, I always carry like my pads and things like that because once again, I'm the type of person, I always be like, let me just keep this here just in case, because if something happens, I'm prepared. Number 4, once I'm done packing, you know, my clothes and so on, I always try to pack light, not bring too much, and just keep, you know, tidy up a little for like that when it comes to coming back. I don't have to be, you know, going crazy putting things on my back. Number 4 is going to be the weather. So once I have my flight already, the Airbnb ready, I check the weather. I check to see, you know, how the weather's going to be while I'm going to be at the state or country that I'm in. So once I look at the weather, that tells me right away, like, okay, the things that I packed, I have to remove this and add this to it just because it's going to be a little hot or a little chilly. And yeah, I always prefer to go like in the springtime. I'm not a big fan of the winter, but I always try to change it up. Springtime is nice, summertime is nice, so it all depends on my mood and what I prefer at that moment or at that time. So if I want to go in the winter time, I go summertime or spring, but usually I try to go when the weather is good, that I could like walk around. I'm not freezing or anything like that. Number 5 is going to be, you know, once you have everything with you, download a few movies or songs or books that you want to have on you. So like that, when you're on the plane, you could like watch a movie, you could listen to some music or read a book and just relax and chill. I always recommend that. I always download like 2 or 3 movies or TV episodes and things like that. So yeah, I download it on my iPad, and sometimes I download it on my phone as well. So like that, I could just, you know, have something to watch or read and I won't be bored. Number 6, where to travel to. So pretty much the apps that you use, like to see where you want to travel to. I always use Pinterest. That's the main one that I use because in the past it has helped me a lot. And yeah, so once I see in Pinterest like the pictures and things that they have, I click on like the picture, it takes me to a blog and I start reading the blogs. I read people's experience, the places they went to, the food, the streets, to pay a visit because they have hidden gems or things like that. I like reading, you know, about food, history, and so on. So I always go for that, and that's how I end up getting like what country or state to visit. And when I see that, I start making a list of the places that I need to hit up while I'm over there. And yeah, once I have that list of places that I want to hit up while I'm over there, I just either put it on my phone or I just write it down, take a picture of it, because I don't want to be walking around with a paper and if it gets lost or crumble or water spills on it, I'd rather just have it on my phone since I already took the picture of it. Number 7 is going to be the list. Like I said, the list that you want to do. This is how I recommend for you to do. It depends on how many days you're going to be traveling for. So if I'm gonna be doing 2 or 3 days, I usually try to book my flight as early as possible. So like that, when I land, because I need to track how many hours I'm gonna be on the plane. So when I land, I already know I have a list of a few things that I could cross out that I could do while I'm around that time that I'm there, and the rest I could leave it for the next day. So like that, by the time I hit like the 3rd day or the last day that I'm gonna be there, you know, I hit up a good amount of places that I could be like, I had fun, I enjoyed it. Number 8 is going to be portable chargers. Maybe some people, you know, don't care or don't mind, but I always have my portable chargers with me everywhere I go, no matter where. Even here in NYC, I have it with me. I take it with me everywhere. My portable chargers, since I'm going to be traveling, taking a lot of pictures, being on my phone, using, the UPS to take me to my destination and so on, using Uber, I need to have my portable charger with me because the phone dies a lot, and that's the thing that I depend on the most is my phone. I could either use it, for example, if I'm trying to communicate with someone, we don't speak the same language, I could just go to my Google Translator and it could help me out. So the phone is there and it's helpful for a lot of things, not just taking pictures in the UPS, but it could help you with other things as well. That's why I always keep my portable charger with me everywhere I go. um Books, magazines, if you want to bring, your book or magazine, go for it, but always keep this in mind, it's better if you have it on your phone, so like, or on your iPad, or laptop. But the less things you have that you don't have to be worrying about, the better, just because you're going to be moving around a lot and you're going to be by yourself. But if you're going to bring like one book, perfect, bring it. But if you're going to be bringing like 2 3 books, just make sure they're in a place where you won't forget, because if you're going to be moving around and so on, you might be missing one, or you forgot one that is supposed to be at a certain place, and when you go it's not there no more, or maybe someone was waiting for you to give it to you. Who knows? But I always recommend the less things you have, the better. And number 10, and this one is going to be like really seriously. I always have, one of my family members or my best friends, they have my information, my flight information, the Airbnb information, places that I'll be going. Why? Because anything could happen. So I rather be, prepare myself and prepare them, so just in case if anything happens, I give them my flight, when I'm leaving, when I'm coming back, the Airbnb I'm staying at. I even text them to let them know, I'm at such and such place. I'll be, heading home at this time. This is the time that I'm texting you right now. What time is it in New York? And so on. Like that. They could know that like I'm okay. But I always prefer to give, someone my information, just in case if anything happens, like it's there, they have it. And yeah, I think when you traveling, it's always good for someone to know, where you at and how they could reach you or how they could locate you. It's always good for them to have that information. But yeah, I feel like those are the 10 tips that I go by that has been helping me out a lot, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. They've been helping me very well for, like I said, like the past year or two that I've been traveling on my own. They've been helping out a lot, especially when you're in another country and you don't know the language. Someone has, someone from here, one of your family members, or over there, whichever, they have your information. It's always good to have that. And when it comes to your flight, I always take like a picture, and I save my, on the email, I save my the email that they sent as well. That's why I always have my portable charger with me, just because I could show proof, like here it's on my phone and here's a picture and things like that. A lot of people say, hey, but what about if your phone dies? I'm here, like, that's why I keep my portable charger with me. And I always have like an extra phone, if that makes any sense, like a phone that I don't really use. I always have that. That's like for backup if I need it for emergencies. I always take it with me, but I try not to take it out as much or use it, just because that's there for emergency, just in case if I need it. I could pull my documents from there as well. And also you could print it out, have it with you at all times. That's even better. But yeah, those are the tips that I've been using. I hope you guys like it. Like, subscribe, share, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.